welcome to another video yet again. So you can see on my last video just 5 days ago, in the top right, you can see I did call out ticker KDLY at $1.42. Now if we pull up the chart, you can see this one did run to highs of $5.25 for a massive, just around a 270% gainer. You can see currently it is trading around $3, and still 1 week later is still up 100% from the initial alert, guys. And so if you are enjoying this content, drop a quick like for me on this video. It does really help me out. I have nothing at all to sell you guys, and these alerts are completely free. And a lot of time and research does go into finding these hidden gems in the penny stock market. Make sure you have the notification bell turned on because these plays are extremely urgent. And you can see this stock actually reached the all-time high because it did IPO in around June of last year, and this one did actually bust above that all-time high. So that was, an explosive type move right here. In this video, I do have a $1 penny stock that does have customers including the U.S. and foreign navies, the U.S. federal, state, and local governments, healthcare and educational institutions, as well as major Fortune 500 companies. This is an energy company with over 90 patents, and their technology is used by the U.S. Navy and the Department of Defense. And in 2014, at this time on their website, it does say that, their products are on over 100 U.S. Navy ships and submarines. So this is a tiny nano float, currently sitting at a 3 million share float with a tiny $6 million market cap with real revenue coming in. And last quarter, they did have the most profitable quarter in years. Now, they're not actually profitable, but what I'm saying right here is their margins are improving, and they are working on these very diligently, and they really haven't had any dilution in the last year with zero long-term debt, and the chart is looking primed for an explosive type run. So that is something we're going to look at. The stock I'm talking about in this video is EFOI, which is Energy Focus Inc., currently trading at $1.29. So Energy Focus Inc. is a leading provider of energy efficient LED lighting products, turnkey energy efficient lighting solutions, and a developer of energy efficient lighting technology. Now, looking on dilution tracker, you can see their offering ability is low, their overhead supply is low as well, and they haven't really had any dilution in the last year. Almost in the last year, it looks like. It does say their cash is low, but they should be good on cash for right now. I'm going to explain that very soon. These warrants cannot be exercised because the stock price would have to be $9 or $24, and these other January 2020 warrants are not exercisable as well. And they do have this shelf offering which they could use, but they haven't really used any of this in the last few years, or it looks like. So this dilution does not seem to be a concern, as they haven't really diluted that much in the last few years or since 2023. And looking at their latest quarter, you can see they did $1.2 million in total revenue, and they almost broke even, as they only lost $316,000. So if you read their latest 10Q filing, their latest financial statement, you can see they have been working on improving their margins. So they only lost $300,000. If they keep this up, they can potentially have cash for the next 2 or 3 quarters, maybe even beyond that, depending on how their margins continue to improve. So that is actually looking pretty good. It looks like they do have enough cash for right now. They do have $819,000 as of the end of Q3. Keep in mind, you always add 3 zeros to these numbers. They do have zero long-term debt, $3.2 million in total liabilities, compared to $6.4 million in total assets. Now, if you look on dilution tracker, it does say right here that Energy Focus has installed approximately 900,000 lighting products across the U.S. Navy fleet, including tubular LEDs, waterline security lights, explosion-proof globes, and berth lights, saving more than 5 million gallons of fuel and 300,000 man-hours in lighting maintenance every single year. And they are headquartered in Ohio. So this is a US-based company, which is always nice to see. Now, looking on the chart right here, if we just look on the daily chart, You can see this one is coming off of the all-time low. You can see it is currently trading at $1.30, and the all-time low is just around, I believe, $1.15. You can see the free float is showing 4.5 million shares on Webull, but if we look on dilution tracker, the float is sitting at 3 million shares, so a very tiny float that doesn't really have many dilution filings, or dilution probability is very low. And you can see the MACD is starting to get close to switching over. If we zoom out to the weekly time frame, you can see this one does look completely bottomed out, and we do have this massive descending triangle formed. And once we break over this trend line, I do think this one can have an explosive type run, like I said. And we are sitting on a support level or just near it, a double bottom right here. Just every time it touches this bottomed out level, this support, it does, and in history has bounced to significant higher levels. You can see last time it hit this level one time back in last year, it did run to $3. Every single time it does hit this bottomed out level, it does have a really nice bounce to the upside. So the chart is looking primed up for a really nice reversal. If we actually zoom out or go to the monthly chart and we zoom all the way in at this, we do have the same descending triangle formed, and we are trading at the all-time lows right here. And it does look like once we do break this massive downtrend trend line right here, we should see a lot of momentum to the upside. Going back to the daily time frame, we are coming off of a triple bottom. Every time it does hit this level, we do have a lot of accumulation going on, and this is a very strong demand zone right here, just around 120 to 130. So really do like this chart. It does look completely bottomed out right here. Looking on their website, it does say for over a decade their lights have illuminated Navy ships, and they have been a publicly traded company for almost 30 plus years. And they do hold numerous patents. Like I did say earlier, they do hold 90 plus patents, and they are completely backed by the government and the military, as well as the Department of Defense. So the company does offer advanced energy saving solutions, including LED lighting and solar technology. They are dedicated to sustainable development. So they are a solar-based company as well. And looking at some of their products, they do have commercial lighting, military and maritime lighting, home energy storage, commercial and industrial storage, power supplies, and solar inverters. And then on their website, if you go down, it does say in 2014 that they did have their products on over 100 U.S. Navy ships and submarines, which is pretty massive, especially for a penny stock that has a tiny $6 million valuation. They do offer a lot of different energy saving solutions, and they do target a lot of different industries, including educational institutions, industrial and manufacturing sectors, the military and government facilities, healthcare facilities, offices, and commercial spaces, among many others. And we have seen zero insiders sell shares in the last few years. In the last few years, they have had a few 13G filings come out. We had Mrs. Capital have a 13G filing come out showing they own a 5% stake in the company. And Mrs. Capital is a well-known company that has been known to invest millions upon millions of dollars in various penny stocks. We've had a few other 13G filings come out, but zero insiders sell transactions in the last few years, which is a very good sign. As this one is sitting near the all-time lows, we could potentially see some more insiders loading shares. But that's all I have for today's video for EFOY Energy Focus Inc. And I will see you on the next video.